Everything's fine. Everything's fine. By the way, outside's on fire, but everything's fine. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 2v2 on Eindhoven country. We got ourselves two Soviet, Matios and Scipio versing Lucky and Panzercats on the move. We'll see how this game goes. Let's double check their ranks real quick, but rank doesn't really matter, just overall playtime. But if you want a rank doesn't matter shirt, there's a promotion. You can check out my shirts down below. Yes, I have shirts. You can check out this ones down below, plus the ones on Teespring, which include rank doesn't matter, the one I have on right now, along with my original design, along with some posters of a certain meme that I created. So there you go. Enjoy. That's my shout out for today. But of course, if you want to make replays, made greyshotproductions.com. Anyway, looked like from the playtime, pretty even across the board. No one has too much time in this game, but no one's brand new. So hopefully we have an exciting game on this map. So what do we have right now? Well, the Germans took control mid. The Soviets like, now we're going to build some cover. And yeah, it's not going to work. Panzerfusiliers are engaging, putting pressure. Now the Germans have already made commanders choices this early in the game. So I'm assuming they're playing together, at least in a group. Usually, my assumption, typically if someone makes it so quickly in a game, they're coordinating in some way. And this is actually a good coordination. Both doctrines, Lightning War and Breakthrough, long range. Panzerfusilier G43s, Grenadiers, Panzergrenadiers, now able to get G43s. You could obviously point out the fact, like, well, Greyshot, what about the heavy tanks? I mean, yes, one's very different than the other, but they're still both very good for their main roles. Nice support strikes, again, good supportive abilities, whether by just infantry or the actual ability themselves, like Lightning War, or it has tactical movement, or, you know, if you lose too much, you can bring in some help. But, yeah, not bad choices overall. Soviets, in the meantime, to counteract Panzerfusiliers, deploy some penals, brought to you by Scipio, who's, let's see, brought out one penal, another one's coming in. Unfortunately, he is losing a little bit. MG, unfortunately, not helping in the slightest, though they are still capturing territory, so that's good. Stern Pioneers might beat that guy, which is real. He's like, he's just walking up, sees it, like, nope. Oh, yeah, by the way, I can move around now, so that's nice. Really helps out with my exercise. I can just start doing squats in the middle of a replay. I'm sure that would bother absolutely no one. Anyway, over here we have MG that retreated. Engineer squad that's being chased by Pioneers. Now, typically in this situation, Pioneers would win, but we have an MG kind of moving on up. Now, it looks like they're very similar in their overall roles. We have double MG, well, at least one frontline infantry on the Soviets, two on the Germans, and a Pioneer squad. Remember, the Germans can pull out the MG a little faster because it's the first building, which is why they were able to bring it out. Now, it looks like his MGs, though, are kind of squarely in mid. Okay, so he's playing very defensive with them, but he will stop that engineer squad from taking the territory at the very least. So that's good. In the meantime, we got Lucky pushing in on the right with the Panzerfusiliers. Again, very good long range. You also have that AT grenade, which is very crucial because unlike other, well, OKW units, you don't need to get the first battle group headquarters or whatever the heck up in order to use it. You don't need mechanized or anything like that. You can just have the AT grenade available to take out scout cars, stuff like that. And it has a pretty damn good range, which is maybe why Scipio is not deployed a scout car. He doesn't want to have to deal with that long range AT. Now, that is still an issue because unfortunately, even with, he'll need to bring out something else, whether it's more penals or a sniper. Looks like we have 3 penals, so we've seen what he went. Also, we have a flamethrower unit, along with Soviet forces coming on in by Matios. But small problem might be if the Germans focus on a long-range strategy, that could work. Now, this map is definitely well-suited for long range, but also has a lot of close-knit areas. Penal troops can be good with that. Their satchels are very good close range. The surprise elements with a quick satchel could be devastating to the enemy. On the flip side, if the Germans realize that issue and can preemptively prepare themselves for that possibility, then they should be fine. It's like every country that realized what was happening in China and then decided, we'll take care of that, we'll prepare, we won't have a major catastrophe. By the way, the date's March 12th, that's when I'm saying all this, so everything's fine. everything's fine. By the way, outside's on fire, but everything's fine. Anyway, moving on. Let's not pay attention to the world burning behind me. Let's pay attention to an MG that's walking into another MG while trying to take a point. Bad move. I never like just an MG rolling on in. Always have something to identify key targets, so that way you don't accidentally walk into an MG. Speaking of which, Grenadiers, though, pushing really far forward. Actually does cut off the territory on the left. Munitions and Star have been neutralized. Meanwhile, Penal troops coming on in. We'll force him to retreat. Really good early retreat. I know this is weird to pretty much say like a positive note on retreating without really much fighting, but it's smart to retreat and not waste manpower, especially this early in the game. It's 6 minutes in. You need the infantry, you need your stuff up as soon as possible. So not losing it is good. Also cutting off resources, very good, because that's keeping the Allies' resources down when they could be very, very good with that extra munitions. But it's cut off for the time period. Meanwhile, MG is being chased down by a half-track, so we've seen what Panzerkatz has gone with. He's gone tier 2? Yes, he has a tier 2 building with the half-track, and now he's a flamethrower on that. So, yeah, that's a problem. Now, does he have AT grenades? He does. So he's ready and able to deal with that if he just wants to sacrifice a few Soviet soldiers for the fight. Actually, here's some now. Will he charge or... No, he's keeping them back. Good, good. Again, don't want to charge because you don't want to get hit with a full burst of fire. Looks like he is charging, though. He's trying to get close. Nice attempt. At the very least, it scared the shit out of that half-track driver. He's like, no, 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 no. Because you don't want to be hit by an AT grenade because that'll make your half-track incredibly low and susceptible to just normal gunfire. Again, half-tracks, not bulletproof. They will die. They're not armor. They will eventually die to bullets, which is how most things are. Anyway, moving on. Half-track currently burning the MG, just running around like crazy. All the conscripts and stuff are back there. So, Panzer Fusiliers are also helping pick them off. They've been upgraded with G43 rifles. God damn, these allies can't get a break. They're just being burned alive as the infantry gets sniped by these G43 rifles. Luckily, MG's helping to push them back. He's staying back because he saw the conscripts come on in, and he doesn't want to have to deal with them. Meanwhile, half-track's pushing on in again, trying to burn that back at MG. Stern Pioneer's trying to give it one hell of a fight, but against those penals, having a rough time. Let's see, we have a tier 3 building going into effect by the Soviets, so Scipio's making that. Matios has already made it, so we could... Okay, we could see some light armor come in. Oh, can we get a kill here? Oh man, I just said, like, man, good job retreating so you don't lose anything. What the hell was that, man? Panzerkatz, come on, pay attention. Anyway, I know that coming from me, that's like, well, Greyshot, man, is it a hypocrisy? Well, yeah, a little bit, but again, these people are supposed to be better than me in terms of gameplay. That's why they submitted a replay, for me to say what they're doing right and also to say what they're doing wrong. And I will 100% admit, if you send me a replay of one of my games, I'll 100% admit what I am doing wrong a lot of the time. For example, this fight, unless he's purposely trying to hold that position and waste men, he's not going to win that fight. Now, he did keep them there long enough for a nice grenade to push back that engineer squad, but he's not going to do all that much, honestly. That's not like, again, one additional squad is going to hold back 2 penals in good cover, so he's going to need something else. Oh, okay, that's why he's sacrificing his men. He's putting up the Panzer headquarters. For those who don't know, essentially, it's a very good building meant for holding back infantry. And if a bunch of penals show up while it's being made, well, you could possibly lose all the fuel that you've spent, well, this entire game saving up. And it will be gone in a flash. What does that remind you of? Anyway, for many Americans, it's a real-life thing. Anyway, oh god, I'm going to keep bringing real-life events into this game, aren't I? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Penal's just chilling out here. Still no upgrade yet, at least in force. He could throw a satchel, try to kill it, but that could also risk him being shot in the face by it, so he's keeping his distance. Meanwhile, Stern Pioneer's engaging this unit. We could see a stun grenade, but no, he's not going to. Instead, just die. Yep, Panzer Headquarters opening fire. He's going to be hit the entire retreat path, plus these guys are going to shoot him. He probably won't die, but he's going to take a lot of damage. He does have medics, right? He does? Okay, good. I was going to say, these guys better have medics, because otherwise their infantry are going to take some serious damage over the course of this game. Meanwhile, Germans doing a hell of a job holding mid. Unfortunately, the flanks are not doing as well, as we can see. The Allies are doing a pretty good job there. T-70 trying to open fire on those Grenadiers from a longer range, trying to keep them back. They are trying to close the gap for a Panzerfaust, but nice job on the T-70 keeping it back. MG opening fire on the half-track. He's going to retreat out of there before really taking too much damage. Oh, Verkenwerfer coming on in. Nice save. Again, good amount of AT. Right around the 10-minute mark. So good to have that. Good to, protect yourself. Because again, the last thing you want is be. I'm just in my head. I'm just like, there's so many things I could say about a certain thing, but no, I'm gonna keep on code 2. Gonna keep this on code 2, especially because if I say the C word, YouTube's like demonetization. So that's a thing going on right now. The more you know. Seriously, the more you know. Anyway, German infantry holding on to mid. Luckily, they're backed up by 18 and MG support, so I don't think the Allies will be able to break in anytime soon. We've yet to see a doctrine from these guys. I don't know what Scipio and Matios are doing. They, okay, for the German Wehrmacht player, it's going to be hard to identify what he's gone. Because I don't think he's gone any G43 upgrades. Oh, he has. Okay, so maybe he's at least seen this. Then he can maybe give a guess, being like, okay, there's only so many he could have gone. Infantry is burning it back. T-70 coming on in. Probably pull back, I would assume. Oh, no. This could be... Oh, no. T-70 getting great shot. T-70 backing up. Oh, I think that was... No, that was pathfinding. Oh, man. Oh, T-Crude! The Panzerfaust didn't kill it. That could have been a German T-70. Hot damn. Meanwhile, that counterattack failed miserably. Oh, man. Okay. So now they have nothing opposing them, and they'll take over this side with ease. So that could be a big issue for the Allies to lose that munitions and that VP. Oh, wait, no, they got mid. So in the meantime, even though I took the loss, they knocked out the Verkenwerfer. They'll steal it, which is, hey, at least the Germans didn't steal the T-70, but the Soviets stole their AT guns. So that's positive. German infantry's trying to hold, but they are incredibly weak, though they did damage this T-70 over here. They have to watch out for this infantry trying to chase it down and fire one last AT grenade into its very, very weak hide. So, yeah. Come on, T-70, get the hell out of there. Okay, so in this situation, we already have a lot of good infantry. I don't think Scipio wants to go with that, or go with a more infantry focus, because he has so many penals. He wants to probably go with armor. If I had to guess what he probably wants to get, mechanized support could be good. Yes, you could say guard rifle would be something like, okay, why would you waste all that on penals but not get guards then, especially with that much munitions under your belt? Well, he could go armored assault then. I think that might have been better sooner, so you could get radio intercept, so you could identify what the enemy's deploying and what they're using. So that could have been better a little bit earlier. Matios, on the other hand, if we want to go a little different, if I'm saying armored assault is more likely tactic here, Matios doesn't really have strong infantry. He's kind of a little bit weaker. At least Scipio has a pretty damn strong front across the board. He's also about to deploy tier 4 stuff. No, he goes with guard mortar. You know what? Okay, he still gets the T-30-45, so I was right on that. But maybe just in case he can get guard troops, in case he needs them. Plus, I think he still gets repairs, which is huge. And also he gets marked target. That might be his big thing. Because, again, he realizes the enemy has heavy tanks. The other doctrine I would have picked would not have had that. So at least he'll have marked target to reduce the armor. Or at least make it easier to kill said armor. Molotov going out to remove the MG. MG suppressing Malvado, although additional infantry could come in and, well, stun it. I'm assuming these guys will use stun grenade. Nope. Retreating in time. Conscripts, though, keeping them back. Even though, well, Malvado. Penal troops taking mid. Again, Allies retaking the VP. Although the Axis have a lead, Allies doing a pretty good job at least stopping the bleed. Again, the infantry are fighting, but we should probably move to cover. Zis using artillery to push back the Malvado. Half-track coming in to push back the engineer squad. Again, having minesweepers. Thank you. The Germans haven't really placed them because I think they realized the minesweeper use of the Allies. But hell, damn good job at least making sure the enemy doesn't, well, deploy a large trap to utterly annihilate you. So that's good. This T-70's on the field. Only 4 kills, though. Germans, though, again, I haven't really discussed anything about them. Panzer already is up to tier 3. Now, I think it would be a dumb move for him to save up for a Tiger. He could. He absolutely could save up for a Tiger. But as we see with Mark Target available, which again, he would not know, but if he does go Mark Target, he would unfortunately be sending in a Tiger that would be deficient at best if with Mark Vehicle, because essentially with all the AT, like the Verkenwerfer, the Penal Troops, if possible to satchel it and knock it out, that Tiger could die very quickly, and that's a lot of resources. You may want to diversify your portfolio and try to go for more units, such as maybe getting, at this point in the game, the allies really don't have armor, I would say. They really don't. I mean, they're placing mines for themselves, that's good. But they really don't know how to have armor. Maybe well, specifically Panzer could go with a Brumbar to try to fight off the enemy infantry, while Lucky with, again, a decent amount of fuel. Unfortunately, though, he only has 2 buildings, so he'll probably have to go with a Panther. But that way, each of you could cover a different unit that specializes in something very, very powerful against the enemy. And a Brumbar could be very deadly against all the penals, stuff like that, where the Panther could hunt down any armor that would counteract said Brumbar. Plus, the Brumbar could take a lot of hits, which survivability is key in this scenario. I'm actually really surprised that T-70's been going around doing what it's been doing. Alright, now we should realize what the enemy has. Good use of movement. Unfortunately, the Panzerfaust didn't, well, I don't think it connected. Shock troops coming on in because, again, Matios went shock rifle front lines. Very good against anti-infantry. So it looks like they do have a counter. Scipio went anti-armor. Matios went anti-infantry. Though the IS-2 is good against armor and the T-34 is pretty much good against armor and infantry alike. But you kind of get the focus of both. Scipio has not deployed a mortar, which is why I think he's designing himself to be more of an anti-armor contingent. Which, again, good. Scipio could fight infantry if he wanted to. In terms of the heavy mortar, but I think he's going to go for the anti-armor focus, and that would really be helpful. Penal troops trying to take mid. Unfortunately, MG stopping him. We do have a lot of troops at lower health. If the Penals can move in, they can do some serious damage, but unfortunately, that's if they moved in while they're weaker. This guy was paying attention. He was upgrading his men, and he is deploying them. Now, Lucky is deploying the Panther, like I mentioned. Panzer, I'm assuming, is saving up for the Tiger. If I have to make the assumption, he's going to be pumping out a Tiger very, very soon. Which would not be great, having a Tiger at 20 minutes. But like I said, if Mark Target, it can go into effect, and the armor could be used effectively. Doesn't matter if he has a Tiger, its effectiveness would be reduced. But if he loses the Tiger, it's going to be a lot more costly than losing a Brumbar or something like that. But we'll see. We shall see. A lot of munitions. Oh my god, Scipio, a lot of munitions. Although we've seen him place mines all over the goddamn place. So good, he's preemptively. Oh my god, there's so many mines. Really good job there. They'll keep the enemy from pushing up too much if they somehow break the Soviets, which I don't think is likely. We can see that his army size is pretty massive right now, and his infantry is scattered throughout. So at the very least, you should be able to contend with this. T-34, 85 as well should be able to combat the Panzerfusilier squad. If he fires an AT grenade first, that would be a misstep. He wants the Panther to take the shot. That way he can hit it, knock out some of the armor. That way the Panzerfusilier's AT grenade will actually break down the engine. Now T-70 is providing support, but Panther's sniping the larger, more deadly T-34-85. Again, T-70 is just trying to keep the infantry back to stop the, well, AT grenade from being hit. Verkenwerfer for opening fire, putting some shots on target. Getting some good hits on that health. Panzerfusilier's squad hit by the well-placed mine. They're trying to hit it. Panther long-ranging it, but not having that much effectiveness. Infantry, though, focusing on the AT gun. Smart move, remove that from play. Panther then has free range to move on in and start really taking apart the remaining armor. So Panther's just slowly inching up. Do we have anything else to support? Some Penals coming on the flank. Again, right now the biggest thing is recon, though Panzerfusilier could do a flare. Again, those who don't know, does have a flare option. Nice kill. Killed the T-70 with the Panther, getting out of there before the Penal troops come in to satchel it. Mines are detonating, though. Hopefully delaying them. Bundle grenade being thrown? Maybe? Kinda? Sorta? That would be cool. Alright, it is being thrown. No, it was just normal grenade. Thought it would be a bundle. Was not a bundle. Not sure why I threw the lighter one. He has plenty. Oh, wait. No, he does. Well, yeah, he still has a decent amount of munitions. Instead, he lets the Obsidian die. So, I guess he didn't care about Obsidans. That's fine. That's cool. Meanwhile, the infantry on the left is being just taking it over. Okay, so Panzer has instead, most likely because he realized it's going to take some time, went with a cheaper alternative that's good against infantry, the Panzerwerfer. Not a bad idea. Get that, and then you have enough resources to quickly deploy the Tiger. Still pretty quickly. I mean, he'll probably get it by the 21-minute mark, hopefully. So that'll be a good thing to have. Conscripts and conscript squad and an engineer squad coming in to push back the grenadier squad. Again, more men, more firepower. Also, Vet 3, goddamn, with only 5 kills, so doing a lot of work. Oh no, Katusha, what are you doing? Point blank on the MG. That will kill it. Like, I don't think he's gonna have time to retreat. Yeah, he's dead. Also, conscripts can take it. So that's a nice steal. Really good play there. Anything you take away from the Germans to use for yourself. And again, army-wise, doing quite well. Unfortunately for Scipio, he did lose a penal squad. He did lose a T-70, so his army size has gone down. But maybe he could deploy a large amount of T-34-85s to counteract his losses and hopefully turn the tide a little bit. Unfortunately for him, Panzerkatz has brought out that dreaded Tiger tank. Again, he could always weaken it. Which, and again, these guys have been coordinating as well, so maybe a good coordination could quickly knock that out. But the worst case scenario is that Tiger does not get focused and just slowly whittles down Scipio. That would be GG right there. That would literally be GG. Bundle grenade going off, not moving. Aw, in cover though, protects it from dying, but he does take a lot of health damage, so we will be out for a little bit. What the hell is that? Is that a PTRS rifle? It is, and the Soviets, the Panzerfusiliers picked it up. Sure, why not? T-30-45 firing a shot, hits the wall though, doesn't really do all that much damage to it. Meanwhile, Tiger tank moving on in, pushing back a lot of those men. Ooh, boy, AT gun's like backing up. And yeah, I don't blame it. Marked target though went into effect. T-30-45 repositioning Panzerfusilier squad. The AT gets pushed back before it fires a volley, or another volley, at the T-30-45. Panther has to keep his distance. Again, he doesn't know about the penals. This guy could deploy AT at any time. So he's going to stay back. I'm assuming he's staying back for his safety. Meanwhile, let's see. Yeah, again, that Katusha's back at base, so he did retreat it. The Tiger went back. Again, smart. You're mark targeted. You don't want to engage. You want to make sure your infantry's back up. So wait for it to come back. Wait for the mark target to clear. Then it's going to take a little time for him to reactivate it. And then you got a little window to do some pushing. Meanwhile, the allies have taken the opportunity to be like, all right, if he's going to camp out in the corner, we're going to push. And Conscript's doing a pretty damn good job. Throw some AT grenades. AT back him up. Do a little damage to the Panther. Panzerfusiliers are trying to hold him back. Grenade, though, misses. Conscript's just oorahing around, trying to deal with the remaining infantry in the sector. Yeah, the Panzerfusiliers are outnumbered, outgunned. Like, yeah, there's so many men here. Holy shit. We are looking at the entire Soviet army pushing back those Panzerfusiliers, and they will die unless that Panzer headquarters can stop them. Maybe they can kill it. It's super low. God, that's the guy with the PTRS rifle. I hate him even more now. He lived, luckily, to the Panzer headquarters, which is now deploying a Panzer IV. I mean, okay. Nice Panzerwerfer. Knocks out one AT gun. Oh, the other one's barely alive. Meanwhile, the infantry on the left is like, cool, all the Soviets are on the other side. We're going to take this territory. Thanks, man. So they're going to take resources away. Allies not doing as well on the fuel side as the Germans, but munition-wise they're doing pretty well until that point's going to disappear. VP point-wise, it's definitely the Germans are putting a lot of pressure on the Allies. Panther coming on in. We don't have PTRS rifles, so doesn't have to worry for the time being, or at least won't take damage. AT gun's still standing there. It's just like we are still shell-shocked from the rockets coming on in. Meanwhile, two T-30-45s are tearing apart what's left of this medieval castle. Man, poor castle. It's like we survived generations, and oh god damn it, this armor's literally destroying our foundation. Yeah. Unfortunately though, even though I like these two T-30-45s, the Germans still have a lot of armor. If they grouped up, this could be a problem. If they hit them one at a time, things will look a lot better. Especially if they support each other. Infantry is now being hit by the T-30-45s and doing quite a bit of damage. Tiger tank, I don't see moving. Oh, it's in the north. They're using just Panzer Grenadiers and now retreating. So at least the Soviets will take back that point. Getting a nice shot on some men retreating. Meanwhile, Tiger, pulling back again. That is a very skittish Tiger. I'm surprised it's so skittish. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm surprised. Anyway, Panzer IV and Panther as well keeping their distance. Have the Germans got minesweepers? No, they got Panzerschrecks. Do you have any minesweepers? You do not. That could be an issue. Not having a dedicated minesweeper could be an issue if they try to rush up their armor and hit a mine. Nice AT shot from the cannon warfare. They will pull back as the area is untenable. Because simply they're coming in everywhere. I don't think the Soviets have enough men to hold while the armor just sweeps around and kills everything. Although, if the armor doesn't hit anything, that'll help. Katusha pushing back the MG once again. Although this MG, Vet 3, does pull back in the nick of time. Katusha is open. Panzer IV and Panther pulling on back. Look at the T-30. Oh, IS-2, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said T-30-45. IS-2 pushing on in. Probably because that's the only thing I've seen in the last 5 minutes. So Monty has deployed his own heavy armor. I love it. He's copying a lot what Panzercats is doing. Literally both artillery, both, you know, same sort of like build order. Both getting heavy tanks. The question is, who will prevail? Fortunately, it looks like in this fight, it's the Panther versus an IS-2. The Tiger really needs to get in there. It's gotten 4 kills. It's got a decent amount of veterancy, but it needs to get in there. Luckily, some air support's coming on in to fight the IS-2. And the T-30-45. Here they come. They are hunting Ama. They're not targeting it for whatever reason. Will they now? German tank's flying off. Oh, it's circling around. There it goes. Getting some good hits on target. Actually hurting the infantry as well. Panther and Panzer IV pushing on in. This other T-34 will be pushed back. They don't want to risk it. If anything, if they can draw the armor into the minefield, that would be perfect. That would be literally great shots. Looks like, unfortunately, the Soviet defense is keeping them from capturing the VP. Tiger tank's walking straight into it. Not entirely sure why. I mean, he does have breakthrough, but the Soviets should see that coming a mile away. So, I'm not entirely sure. Also, he doesn't nearly have the resources for... I mean, like, he'll get it next minute, but he doesn't have... You can't use it now. So, right now, we're seeing both sides be very cautious about using... Oh, never mind. Germans finally push up, knock out the AT gun. Great use right there. Again, make sure the Soviets can't take it. Again, also, Matiel's deploying a lot of conscripts, keeping them alive. Very good. A lot of MGs, some of them stolen, but, you know, it's fine. They're taking territory. They're taking back mid. Problem is, Allies took back the flanks, but they are trying to cut them off. Unfortunately, it did not work. T-30-45, popping shots. Panzer IV comes in. Fun fact, it's a Panzer IV. You're not going to do much against T-30-45. Just, it's not going to happen. T-34 pushing back the Panzer IV. Again, Panzer IV just coming in. He doesn't have any T-grenade on this one because of the Panzerschrecks. Panzer IV once again engaging. Panzerwerfer could be great right here. Instead, Katusha's hitting this general area. Panzerwerfer just fired. I'm sorry. I got quite a few kills. Tiger tank being chased by a bunch of conscripts, trying to get close enough to Ura. Nice shot with the Tiger tank. Kills a few models. They'll pull back. And again, good use of the Tiger. Okay. If he's being skittish, that's fine. As long as he's getting kills, he's doing damage, actually doing something. I was worried there for a second because I've seen Tigers do this where they just don't want to use it. And I know there's some like things about like World War II where it's like, oh man, why did the Japanese ever use the Yamato? Or why did the so-and-so country ever use this unit? They kept it at bay for so long. Okay, in this scenario, he doesn't, I mean, he has the resources to deploy another, but he probably doesn't want to. So he's probably just like, okay, I have the Tiger. I don't want to lose it. I need to get vetted up, so let me just have it kill stuff slowly. That's fine. And he knows the enemy has marked targets, so he doesn't want to overcommit. Totally fine. It's working out in this scenario. IS-2 definitely took abrupt damage. It definitely lost that fight overall in terms of health to it, but has more repair crew. Has more, Stallones to, like, pump him up in the corner of the ring saying, you can do it. You can do it, Creed. You can do it. But in any case, penal troops and conscripts trying to hold the line. Again, Panzer IV doing what it does best, killing infantry. 16 kills so far. Panzerwerfer coming on in. Luckily, he retreats in time. Runs out of the rocket barrage before, well, he would have been squashed. T-3485 is countering. Bounces off the Panzer IV. Damn. Alright. I mean, it can happen. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. IS-2's back on the front. Panzer Shreks and Panzerfaust hitting it. Although he did the oh, there we go. Okay. I was gonna say, the Panzer Shreks not fire? They fire first? No, we did. Or we waited. Good. I was gonna say, don't fire Panzer Faust first and then Panzer Shreks. Make sure you fire Panzer Shreks, and then you can break the armor. Meanwhile, a deep strike by T-3045s may have actually not gone well. Nice job there killing one of the armor by the Germans. Unfortunately, all the troops are grouped up together, so the Katyusha's having a field day, killing quite a few of them. Fire's now calling down on the base. Panther is low and under fire, so these guys like, we're not touching it. We're not touching that unit while it's under fire. So that did break some of Lucky's men. Now, here's the thing. Lucky has a lot of vetted troops. Let me be very clear on that. He has a lot of fucking great forces. 42 kills on, on one of them. So really, really damn good job with those Panzer Slayers. Problem is the fact that his army is the smallest out of any faction right now. He needs more men. Now, I'm assuming he's... Oh, God. Jagdtiger's on the field. Okay. Once again, another heavy tank. Very powerful. Needs to be very cautious. I like what the Tiger's doing so far. It's skittish, but it's doing work. It has 20 kills so far. If the Soviets keep being a little more ballsy, especially because they have plenty of resources for marked target. Now, unfortunately, Matthias doesn't have enough for any other strikes. We can see some good plays. Panzerwerfer kind of failing on that. Really failing. Also, want to point out a really good use. Also, breakthroughs coming down this region will keep the Allies back. Hopefully, all the Axis take the territory. At least keep some distance while the artillery is raining down. The thing I want to compliment is the fact that usually when he fires these Panzerwerfers, he pulls them back to base. The reason is that way it's harder for the enemy to track them down and kill them. Because right now, if they kill those Panzerwerfers, that's a huge component of this army that would be, well, removed. And that would allow the Allies a little more breathing room in terms of their infantry. Tiger Tank, once again, keeping those conscripts back. Minefield right on the stars, so if they try to rush up, they dead. They're going to die. Painful death. By exploding into little bits from the mines. Meanwhile, more Panzerfaust inbound, and that armor is going to be stuck. Doing quite a bit of damage. IS-2, unfortunately, while down, they don't have the killing blow to come in to take it out. Also, great shot with that explosive round from it. May have, unfortunately, been a little too risky, because right now the Axis are pushing on into it, trying to kill it. This is maybe too risky, though. There's so much armor here. We have two, that's 085 and T-34. That's 2 units hitting it. Marked target sound effect does not escape, though. Jagdtiger giving the Allies hell. Airstrike coming on in. Can they kill it? They do. T-34-85 goes down for the super close air support. Really nice call and help kill off that light, not light. That nice use of killing the medium armor, not light armor. Anyway. Jagdtiger's now on the field, and again, actually doing something. It's actually having an effect. Unfortunately, Lucky's still losing men, but Panzerkat still has plenty to bring to the table, and this Tiger's doing work. Half track, by the way, Vet 3, hot damn, 33 kills. AT gun though not enjoying that thing, gonna keep it back. Tiger Tank still popping shots, missing some of them, but hey, it's 27 kills, doing good work. Fortunately, the one issue is the Axis need to capture this VP in order to stop the bleed, because right now, they're getting very, very close to losing the VP war, and they definitely need that back. But long range, these things have been doing work, so really good job with Lucky on that one. But he needs more men on the field. That's 100% certain. Panzerwerfer coming on in. I don't know where the hell they're aiming. Like, I think they were trying to aim for this, but their intel was seriously off. Katyusha now opening fire on the Panzer Slayers. Great shots across the board. Down to one squad member. Get out of there, man. Oh, boy. Stern Pioneers decommissioning that for some fuel. Not a bad idea. Panzerwerfer returning fire. Getting some decent hits on that one, so a little better than the last volley. Nothing's over here, by the way. And again, let me be also clear. The problem with Lucky and Panzerkat's decision to go this, they don't have a recon. So they don't have something to fly overhead to be like, oh, there's nothing there. We should probably get that. They don't really have that sort of intelligence they can use, or intelligence gathering method. So they need something. Also, some decommissioned stuff. Jagdtiger and Tiger opening fire. SU-85, though. Deployed by Matios is keeping them back. Again, tank destroyers, very nice use. That pack gun's is what they need to bring up in order to counter it. They're bringing in Stukas, I'm assuming, to deal with the infantry. So, okay. Panzer Cats, again, maybe a few more frontline units, I think. Panzer headquarters, though, hitting them. IS-2 repositioning. Again, right now we have the Tiger and we have the Jagdtiger. But, oh my god, I love how he's backing up into this. Oh, god. Can we get a Panzerfaust on this thing? At least pin it. Then deploy Tiger. And, I mean, there's some Soviet mines over here. But hell, if it's stuck, maybe he can get the kill. If he's not paying attention. Jagdtiger coming back in the mid. King Tiger's still out of commission. The SU-85 must have done more than I thought. Meanwhile, airstrike's coming in on the IS-2. Problem is... Oh, actually, no. The Dushka will automatically hit the plane. So they'll have sight. Okay. This could work. This could work. If he fires. He's not firing. Never mind. I mean, good thing he's not firing, because then it would reveal his position and the planes would come in and try to murder it. So, I'll take that. That works. Mine going off against some Sherman forces trying to stop him. T-30-45 coming to help his buddy, so that's good. I'm here, bestest buddy. Airstrike, though, coming on in. Luckily, the castle took most of the damage. Sure, why not? AT grenade, though, again, still damaged. Down to under half health. They don't have anything to really come in and kill it. Looks like the MG died. And, again, only 3 units remaining for Lucky. Infrared searchlight, though, is deployed so that maybe the artillery will have a slightly better effect against the enemy. Half track still in the field. We have conscripts trying to take the point. Tiger tank's coming back up. 34 kills. Oh, Soviets try to take the pack gun. It's like not happening. Will they kill it? Look, if they don't want the enemy to take it, they will kill that pack gun. That's what they need to do. All right, good. I love the Soviets. Like, yeah, you're not getting it either. SU-85 helping knock it out. Germans did take mid. Penal troops coming in. They stole Panzerschreck from the Panzerfusiliers. Great. I'm 95% sure it was from Panzerfusiliers they stole that. Again, we still have a lot of armor by Scipio, and again, he's playing it very quickly with our repair crew. Panzerwerfer coming in, I'm assuming right here. Yep, he might. It's close. It's at least it's suppressed, so he's not going to take the point. So that's good. Jagdtiger's opening fire. T-30-45 just backing on up and taking out that unit. I guess he thinks going backwards. I guess he's like moonwalking or whatever. Okay, sure. I never seen a charge go backwards before, but it's so far working. Mark targets allowing them to hit it. Katusha's now coming in to help deal damage against the armor as well. Pinned. Can they get a final shot on the Jagdtiger? Or Jagdtiger maybe. Oh, nope. SU-85 comes in for the kill. This thing is dead, though. Though, if we look at losses, Lucky can't get a new one. Scipio just deployed another T-30-45. So, yeah. One has more stuff than the other. Meanwhile, the IS-2's dealing damage to that half-track. Meanwhile, the armor... There is a Panther, so that will help, but... There, again, unfortunately, Panzer has multiple different areas he has to focus real quick, go back and forth from. Lucky's, unfortunately, dropping the ball a little bit. Stuka, though, coming on in. Does damage. The Allies will still take the point, but does damage. Obosadon coming on in. Almost all the Panzerfusiliers from the early game have died. Oh boy, Panther trying to give chase to the IS-2. Again, not a good fight unless you have backup. And do you have backup? You have Obosadon. Because everyone knows Obosadon does so much damage versus an IS-2. It doesn't. It has no real AT properties. Meanwhile, T-30-45 opening fire on the Obosadon. Trying to keep them back. Again, they did take the point. Good for them. Bundle grenade going off. This could be big. Down to 1, man. Hot damn, good bundle grenade. Alright, keeps the penals back, but conscripts are like, we got the point. We don't mind sacrificing ourselves to make sure the Soviets win the game. Now, Lucky's deploying a Jagdpanzer. That's a good substitute. Not a great fit in terms of, like, having that super powerful tank, but to have something to fight the armor, that's a damn good unit to have. So, at least it would be different as snipe and hopefully keep them back. They need something, because these T-30-45 is going to keep moving. Though, if they don't have anything to support it, the T-30-45 could just go past the main turret and hit it from the side. Again, minesweepers, make sure there's nothing there. Although I think there's been enough rockets that I think are clear. I think the minesweeper might have been more needed over here. Though it looks like the mine's been pretty much cleaned up. So I don't know. Maybe wasn't a full mine because you figure it would be bigger if all the mines were placed. So anyway, SU-85 going in, try to kill that mechanized building. Nothing's stopping them right now. They actually have fire coming down. So Lucky's like, yeah, I'm just back. Yeah, that point's gone. It's a lost cause. Actually, weirdly enough, no. The fire actually missed the target. It's not doing all that much. If anything, it's doing damage to the Stuka. Alright. That won't kill it by any stretch, but at least it'll do damage. Oh, hits the mine. Oh, that Stuka's so unlucky. That should have been a kill on the Katusha. Although it has 10% health, it's going to get out of there. So lucky break for the Katusha. Will manage to live. But also the Stuka did get up the vet too, so we'll fire again pretty damn soon. Katusha opening fire though. Panther's been crippled a little bit. Katusha might be trying to kill the mechanized building and also try to get these pioneers. Padsworth coming on in. Gets a great shot on that conscript squad. Hot damn. The MG as well retreating. Squad infantry moving on in. It's a big old squad. Again, it's trying to kill this building over here. We need that Jagdpanzer up soon. Oh, he deployed a Panther instead. Alright. Sure, I guess you could do that. Also, a Verkenwerfer would be great to hold this stuff back. One Panther's not going to turn the tide, unfortunately. Meanwhile, we got our own blob over here. Tiger versus IS-2. Everyone's favorite battle. But SU-85 coming in to support. Also, looks like we have an airstrike coming on in. Yep. And close air support by the Germans. Getting some good strikes on the SU-85. Tiger tank managed to pull on back. Panther tank looks like tried to get in there, but didn't do too much. 45 kills for the Tiger, by the way. Hot damn. Meanwhile, it looks like the armor did take some hits, but once again, Scipio is deploying another armored vehicle, which makes me think one of these T-34s are gonna die. Because almost every time he's had two on the field, like one of them immediately croaks. So we'll see how one of them dies. Luckily, some good teamwork here. IS-2, SU-85, and Conscript focusing their efforts and really taking down that Panther down to low health. Now, Stuka gets a great barrage right here. Does a lot of damage to a lot of different units and helps definitely push back the SU-85. Tiger tank, though, coming in with low health. AT grenade? Yep. It's going to be injured. Panzer Shrek possibly trying to hit target. Gets the kill on the Tiger. And, well, removes from play. Though Panzer's like, cool, you killed my Tiger, but I could just deploy another one. Now, with the new patch coming out, it will take time for him to do that in order to deploy a new one. But it looks like the Soviet... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, hit the Stuka, please. Well, it's very low on health, at the very least. Come on, hit rear shot. Rear shot. So low. But Panther will probably die. Yeah, good idea. Maybe back up your Panthers so it doesn't hit you in the rear armor. Doesn't really change much, but hey. Oh, look, the Verkenwerfer I mentioned like 5+ minutes ago to bring out. Glad he finally brought it out. Tiger, though, being immediately shocked, I'm assuming by an explosive round. Yeah, he fired the explosive round. Whatever. Shocked him. And the SU-85s are doing work to just, well, tear him apart. T-30-45 coming in to deal with the, well... Oh, God. Did he try to ram? He did, and the cover kind of effed him. Stuka's hiding over here. This other pan. There's all the Axis armor over here. Jesus Christ. Guys, we found where they're hiding. One bounce, but Panther might be able to kill them if he's lucky. Bounce. Gets one. Another bounce. All right. Come on, Panther. Panther turns the tide. Both of them are dead. And there goes all of the allied oh, wait. No. Nope. SU-85 comes in. Same thing. Tiger tank may not make it. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, wait. Oh, nice shot on the half track. Tiger tank, come on. Oh, you're marked. You're dead. Damn, that was a lot of losses for the Allies. One that they would not recover from if that went badly. But luckily for them, they have the ability to just send in units. Never have I ever seen two... Wait, There's no map hack going on right now, as far as I can see. If that was the case, they would have done a lot different things. So, learn to play. Says the guy with the IR. Yeah, for those who don't know, the IR is currently bugged, so you can actually see units on the other side of the map. At least it's more frequent now. The IR shows that, but you can see units on the other side without the half track really being in range. So you can see units back at base. That's why you see on the mini map occasionally like a unit that's like, wait, why do I see that? That's why. Do I think they were hacking? No, because I think if they were hacking, Scipio and Matios would have changed up their strategy a little bit. I don't, like, again, there were multiple scenarios that they would not have walked into if they knew what the enemy was doing. At least that's what I can see. I don't see any obvious signs like, oh, we'll plan this for this. That wasn't the case. Also, if they knew exactly what they were going to be doing, then they probably would have changed up their overall, like, build order. Because, yeah, I mean, like, if we look at Panzercats, you still had a decent, like, you had so much manpower. Why weren't you using it? Like, you always had, like, 20 population you could have deployed. So, that's something to point out, like, again. And if, before you say anything, there's 1, 2, 3 points you could have built caches for, which might have helped your fuel reserves, or increase your munitions for additional airstrikes, or breakthrough, like, anything you could have done with that manpower, but you didn't do it. So, I don't know. That's something to think about. As well as the Allies just had better armor play. Like, again, they were all over the map. Well, I do agree the Tiger being skittish was a good tactic. I thoroughly enjoyed that because, again, you kept in the fight, did a lot of damage, and honestly, the T-3045s were dying at a pretty good rate. But overall, unfortunately, your ally, Lucky, didn't do as well. Lucky, unfortunately, got a lot of fights where he overextended and he lost quite a bit. Although he got more damage. That's... Oh, wait, you know, that's probably the Punceful Slayers, I would say, right? Panther got 15,000. Punceful Slayers got 83 kills. How much damage did they do? Okay, so they were close. I thought they were getting a lot of kills and damage with the Panzer Shreks. But yeah, so they got, what, 13, close to 14,000 damage. The Panther got 15, so it was close. I wasn't that crazy to recommend them. Tiger got close to 15. So yeah, most kills goes to Lucky in terms of damage. So damn good job. I will say the Panther overextension and then not having coverage for the Tiger. I mean, you need AT or something more consistent. Also, you guys could have ran deep in enemy lines to try to kill the artillery. That's something you guys could have done. Maybe with the Panzer IV or something that, again, not bad, but you did eventually start losing stuff consistently. Also, Panzer IV, I don't know. Like, a Panzer IV in this scenario I don't think was that good of an idea. Just because, again, the T-3045s are already superior to it. So, there's no real armor that it can easily defeat. The T-70 already died. So, I guess the design rule was anti-infantry. But then, maybe... I don't know. If you really want an anti-infantry unit, maybe go with a Stuka to knock out the support equipment, or if you want something cheaper, like, think about Lucky's half-track that was there. That thing was Vet 3 and got so many kills. You could deploy a half-track just to help lock down territory or something. That would also help shoot down the marked vehicle very quickly or something like that. I don't know. Just something else I think might have been a better alternative than the Panzer IV. It did well, but I don't know. I just think if for the cost benefit analysis on that, here. Let me make sure I'm not like just eating crow on that statement. Let me make sure the Panzer IV didn't get something ridiculous. Yeah, I was gonna say the Panzer IV didn't. It got like less than 3,000 damage. So the Jagd Tiger did way more in the short period of time than it did. It did fine, but I don't think that was a good option. Stuka did pretty damn well. That would have probably been a lot better alternative to knock out the Katyushas, even though you got unlucky with that. Matios got a good amount of damage, although Scipio got more kills. By the way, thank you, Scipio, for submitting this replay. Very kind of you to do so, and hopefully you enjoyed this. But yes, if you want to be like Scipio, submit your replays to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. Overall, really good game. Don't really think it was a hack game, so I don't know why. I guess you're just salty. Again, I don't think it's that fair to call people out for cheating and other things like that. When obviously, like, sure, they won, but they're also, like, again, doing things you guys weren't. Like, there were caches being placed to help the allies recuperate more fuel over periods of time, where I never really saw Panzer build like too many caches. He built one back here, but like I'm just saying more caches would have probably been beneficial, especially with that much manpower. And it's not like Scipio didn't lose his army. Like, he threw everything and died. So I don't think he would necessarily have done that if he would have been like, oh shit, there's too much there. So, I don't know. Any case, that's going to be game. Thanks for watching. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Josh, Milam, Ace, Ion, Ollie, Pyro Shark, and Jakub Allswy. Thank you all so very much for your amazing support. You keep this channel going, so thank you. Remember guys, if you want to be an awesome Patreon supporter, you can do so down below. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time.